introduce yourself, your name, your IGN, and your main character.
My name is Kent Mendoza, and my IGN is Budoy or Budoy for short, and my main character is Eddie.
Vamos lá! Eddie Gordo.
Why Eddie?
When I was a kid, I used to learn a lot of martial arts, and I included capoeira. And then ever since when I started learning about the Tekken games, that's where I fell in love with the character.
So where was the first place that you played with?
The first place that I actually played was in Gaisano Mall, where the entire arcade started for me. But I started too late though. I only started Tekken 6, and that's where I get it to start the character.
So you were able to get into the arcade culture and experience. How was it for you?
It was a mind reader for me, because at first you thought as a player or whatnot, as a person, that you think that it's just all button mashing, just pressing on the buttons and stuff. But then you realize how complex it is, especially when it comes to a lot of the players. Each of them has their own speciality, especially with their characters.
But since while standing Frieza high, I think Rancho understands that, oh no, he can't launch me from this.
Double low off the relaxed stance, catches round 2 standing, and now we're going to the wall.
Oh, and there it is, the funkiness of the bear.
So that's where you get so interested about it, the fact that you actually had this particular character, despite the fact that you're not good with it at first, but you're actually into it.
You mentioned you got into Tekken around Tekken 6. Did you get competitive right away, or when did you start getting competitive?
I started get competitive. It was in 2010 when I saw the tournament in Gaisano Mall. It was a 3-on-3 tournament, and the next year I started learning Tekken 6, and I still can't forget that fact, that part where there were 2 people who actually taught me. Although the first one was, I don't know, until now probably nothing happened to him, but the second person I had to admire the most, because he actually taught me.
So you mentioned the 3-on-3 tournament. How did you join?
Yeah, I did join, and my teammates were the second person who actually taught me how to play Tekken.
Who were your teammates?
It was Alex, and then it was Rams.
So how did you do?
I only played once, I lost, but it was okay. At least I made it to semi-final. So at that time, I kind of feel pressured. At the same time, it made me motivate to do more. So the more tournaments I experienced, the more tournaments I played, it gradually increased my experience until I became a champion one time.
How do you think the Davao players stack against the international and national competition?
I think, to be honest, at first we had the momentum at that point, because we actually had the momentum because most of the top players actually came here to Davao, and we gained so much experience. The problem is as years go by, we actually lost momentum, and then recently we actually gained it, which is kind of good. It's because we can actually, despite the fact that we lost, at least we give them a good fight, which gives us an advantage, because the more learnings that we have from them, from our defeats, that's where we can actually go for nationals, and I believe we can actually do internationals as well.
Okay, so let's bring it back. Let's bring it back to Davao, just the Davao team. You're in a bracket with 7 other players who are competent. You were the last one.
Oh, thank God.
You were the last one to qualify, but it doesn't mean like you're the worst.
Yeah.
Who among the other 7 do you least want to face?
Of course, it's everyone. Because the fact that I actually went into top 8 within the past how many weeks of tournament. But I think if I would be put to a person, it would be, I don't know, I'd say Frank, because he actually I think among everyone else, he's the only person who's actually been practicing a lot, and the knowledge of his, the knowledge of his technicalities in Tekken, how the frame works. It's just so complex. I mean, take it from him. He's actually he passed the champions here, represented Davao here in PBGL, so that's a big plus for him.
Taking into consideration that you're the last one to qualify, does this motivate you? How are you preparing?
Oh, it does, because at first I actually thought I never wouldn't make it until the things happened. It gave me at first it gave me a good disadvantage. It's because it actually gave me a disadvantage because of myself, because I was not, I didn't practice. I didn't play, unlike everyone else. But now that I got in, it even made me, it ticked something in my head where I just wanted to play more and improve myself.
When you're in tight situations in the game, let's say, let's visualize you're in the finals, you're facing Frank, it's the reset bracket, it's the final round, 2 rounds each, one more round takes the tournament. How do you handle that pressure?
I don't know, screw that, just go ahead. That's it. Like, just go ahead and do whatever you want. I mean, I'm famous when it comes to unorthodox movements that even I don't even know that I did it. So, I mean, it's worth the shot, so I definitely still use that.
Okay. What do you think it would take for you to become champ?
That's a good question. That's a good question. I guess, I don't know, what I lack is practice and technicality of the game, which, among all others, I'm actually the least person to be asked about technicality and practices, because everyone knows their own technicalities, even they practice every day. So I'm not even surprised if I lost or something. But I think just a few practices for me, and just a review on how I usually play before. I think that alone I just need for me to be prepared for this tournament.
Okay, cool. Nice. Okay, final shoutouts to the FGC, to L. People who want to join the FGC.
So FGC, this is actually a good game because it's actually the Elite 8. Shoutouts to everyone who's watching this. Shoutouts to the Cebu Fighting Games community, to Budoy, to L, to Chong, to Gogoy. Shoutouts to Kasheka, shoutouts to John Jamayo, to Cagayan Peeps, and to FGC Davao. Guys, you have to watch this. It's going to be a match. Never, ever forget.